What up? What up? What
everybody?
up? Our lovely horns. What up? What up, everyone?
Yo, what it do? How's everybody doing out there in the virtual world?
In the virtual world, I hope that you guys are well. And we're back.
I know. How many weeks has it been on?
It's literally been 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks. It feels like it's longer than that.
No, it's 2 weeks. Because we were supposed to go on last week and we couldn't. And then you're right.
Oh, my bad.
It's definitely about 3 weeks. Yeah, it's giving 3 weeks.
I'm trying because we had this Friday I was out of town.
Right. And then the other Friday we weren't able to. And then the following week we went on vacation and then all the things. So yeah, it's been 3 weeks. We've been out of this space.
Yo, sorry.
It's like that. It's like that in that relationship when you're in not even a relationship. I wouldn't consider it a relationship when you are supposed to be in a relationship with someone and they just kind of like you talking to them every day and whatnot, and then all of a sudden they just go quiet, like they almost like ghost you.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what we did. We ghosted y'all.
Almost like what you did to me.
What?
You ghosted me. You didn't ghost me. You just weren't giving me energy.
Careful.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
Do we have to go back?
Lord, take me back.
I could relive that memory.
Mercy, Jesus. You sound like it hit like right here.
It did hit right there. Because you made me remember.
Mercy, I did not remember me ghosting you. I don't think I ghosted you.
Or you want to say it stood me up?
I didn't stand you up either. You were the one that was tripping. Wait a minute. Why are we starting? We should be starting on here. We should gradually. He came fighting y'all. Mercy, Jesus. God. Wow. Well, as you know, our custom is if you are watching us, go ahead and let's shout you out because we want to shout out those who are tuning in.
That's right. Who's in? We know we got at least 15 people that are watching.
15.
We got two thumbs up. So who is watching us right now?
Yes.
We'd like to shout you out. So I want to do this before people start chiming in, and I want to give this horn right here. I want to give that horn to Pastor Damian Chandler.
Okay.
Who called me up today and said, you need to get rid of the horn. So that horn is for you, Pastor Chandler, because we surely do appreciate you, and everybody we appreciate, we give horns to.
He's giving feedback. Like he's giving us feedback. He's just like, ditch the horns.
And I'm like, no, he needs more and more horns. So horns to him. Tansy's watching.
Right. Tansy's like, wait a minute.
Nah, shout out to my boy Damien, man. He was on a sabbatical, and we need to normalize sabbaticals for pastors.
Facts.
We need to normalize that.
Facts. We can definitely go into that as we are continuing this conversation. Okay, you guys are coming through in the comment section. So what up, Leah? It's been a minute since we've seen you in our comments.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Good to see your name there. What's up, April? It feels like forever.
I know. She loves the horns.
Good. I'm glad you like the horns because they're here to stay.
That's
for the most part. We hope so.
I want everybody to buy a horn, and when they see Pastor Chandler, to just blow a horn for him.
Oh, dear. What's up, Tansy? Oh, good to see your name in the comments as well. Hi, Sister Brown. Sister Brown is in the comments. Brown is in the building. And she's like, hi, cuties. Oh, we tried.
Okay.
Today I was like, as she's talking about, hey, cuties, like today, clearly you guys see I grew here over the 3 weeks that we've been.
It was the water from the cruise.
It was the water. The water got to my hair and got to my head, and for some reason it's just long hair that I got from the cruise. But I was just like, you know what? I love the fact that as Black women, or women in general, that we can do a switch up real quick. Like, I love that we can switch it up. Like, we could do short hair, we could do long hair, we could do big hair, we could do, straight hair. Like, we could do all the things. And of course, this is clearly not my hair, but I appreciate the fact that we can be versatile that way.
I have a question for you. Do you think that it will become normal for men to be able to be versatile like that?
I wish men could be versatile like that.
Why are you saying it with laughter, though?
I don't know. Like, I'm being so sarcastic.
It's
That's
hard.
what it is.
It's going to be hard to normalize it if when you say it, you laugh right after.
I know. It's kind of hard to, like, I see now that there are quite a few men that have the wigs and the, the hair, I don't even know what it's called, honestly. I guess the wigs. And I'm just like, yo, why not? Like, if a woman can do it, why not a man, right? Like, men that are going bald, they don't decide to say, I'm going to go bald, right? It is probably hereditary and their hair is gone. So I feel like if a man wants to switch it up, they can switch it up too. It's a little scary, but they can switch it up.
If I had money to blow, I would straight up go get dreads. And I would go to church or walk around and act normal.
I'm sorry. If I see you with dreads, full head of dreads, I am going to probably pass out.
I would go to the extreme. And when people look at me, I would definitely look at them like, what are you looking at? Like,
you would do something foolish like that for sure, and keep a straight face. Like, what are you staring at? Like, what's your problem?
What's your problem?
Please don't do that. I'm going to tell you now for myself. Please don't do that.
If I had money to blow, I would do it. But I don't got bread like that. So if anybody wants to sponsor Jamie's, what is it? Wig, whatever we call it for men. MIG? Want to call it a MIG? Not a wig, a MIG?
I am done with you.
What are you? What?
It's called a wig. Like, a wig is a wig. It doesn't matter if it's for men or women.
I want to call it a MIG. I don't want to call it a
wig. You know what? Go for it.
I'm like, yo, I want MIG. I'm going to get my MIG.
Go for it.
All
you may be onto something. I'm sure men would probably prefer to say MIG than wig.
Thank you.
Rhymes with. I can't with you right now. I want to bust out laughing, but I can't. That is hilarious.
What, the MIG?
Yes.
I think it's appropriate.
Oh gosh, guys.
I'll be like, yo, when I go to the barbershop, let me get MIG number 5.
First of all, no, there is no wig number 5. Well, maybe when you go to the store, they have numbers on their wigs. Do they? I don't remember.
They got a whole bunch of heads with wigs on them. So what do you say? Like Peruvian, Brazilian?
Yeah, like the kind of hair.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the kind of hair that you'll say. But that would be interesting. Hey, he's wearing a MIG. I can't.
I want the Jamaican MIG. That's the Rasta MIG.
Yo, you off the chain tonight. You good?
I'm great.
Yo, I know he did not say the Jamaican wig. Not all Jamaicans are Rastas.
That's true, but the kind of dreads I'm talking about like
Natty dread?
Natty dread, Naya Bingy dread. That's what I'm looking for.
I can create that for you.
With no hair?
No, I'll create the wig.
Yo, make my MIG. I'm going to wear it for April Fools.
I will create the wig for you.
All right, appreciate you.
Oh gosh, I'm not even sure how we got here, but here we are, folks. Here we are. All right, let's go ahead and finish our shout outs. Adriana, what's up, Adriana?
What up, Adriana?
Welcome. Gary, I forgot to shout out Gary. My bad, Gary.
Shout out to Gary.
He's old faithful. Always in the comment section. We appreciate him
Marvin
so much.
in Miami.
What up, Marvin?
Everybody is in the building.
Anderson, what's up, Anderson?
Yo.
Wait, I'm putting up thing and I don't hear nothing.
My
Okay,
bad.
all right. Shantae.
That's the homie.
Oh my goodness, Dorian is in the comments.
Dorian is in the comments.
It's been a mini girl.
Yo, my finger is gonna fall off from hitting the button so much.
Probably.
But yo.
But we've missed you all.
Mm-hmm.
We've missed the space. So let's go ahead and do the updates. We'll just kind of give you guys updates and then we'll segue into whatever. So the week after my confessions episode, the week after, the Friday after, we actually were, we planned to go on vacation. We planned to go on vacation. We went on a cruise. The girls have never cruised. We've cruised before, once before. And so we thought that, this will be something nice to do with them, as like a nice teaser, because we want to make vacation something that is normal, something that is like, oh yeah, they're on vacation. And so what was happening to us was, I think it was in 2000, was it before the pandemic when we planned to go to Mexico? Remember when we planned to go to Mexico?
I feel like it was middle of pandemic. It was something around the pandemic because we couldn't get an appointment to get passports.
That's right. So the girls' passports were expired, or they would, of course, they wanted 6 months to travel or something like that. And so we did not have, their passports were going to expire within that time frame. And so we bought the tickets, I got the hotel and all the things. And then unfortunately we could not get an appointment to get their passports renewed. I think, it was a horrible mess. It was the worst thing ever. And so since then, I think it was even prior to that, we have not been on a family vacation. Like, we'll travel, but we have not had like a true vacation. And so, this thing in this life, right, that we're living is like, it never seems like it's the right time to do anything, right? Any to rest. It's never the right time to find that time to, have family time or whatever. It just feels like things are always spinning. And so we kept putting off our vacation, year after year, all the time. Like, this comes up, that comes out. And so we were just like, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and book it. Mm-hmm. It's October. It's October. The kids are still in school. But we were just like, if we keep putting it off, we will never have vacation.
Yeah.
And so we went on a vacation.
Yeah. When you talked about the whole rat race and just continually moving, I don't think, it's interesting is being a Seventh-day Adventist, I've never been taught how to rest or how to be intentional about inserting rest in your daily routine.
What do you mean? We rest on the Sabbath.
Maybe you do. Nobody. If you are in any office of the church,
I'm kind of poking.
I know you're poking. I know you by now.
If you don't know me, okay.
Oh, you don't want me to start singing?
No, but go ahead. Sorry.
Because I'm that good.
Okay.
But nevertheless, I don't think I've never been taught how to put rest in my life, in my calendar, my schedule. I've always felt like if I rest, I'm either letting someone down or I'm letting something down. And just like how revolutionary and how beautiful rest is. And I think that's part of the reason why we just never really found time to do it, because sometimes it may feel selfish, or it's just, I just don't know how to rest sometimes.
But I don't think you should box it to being an Adventist. I think you should box it into being a human. Well, and I think also African American.
Well, the reason why I boxed it into Adventist was just because our whole religion is based on rest. Like Sabbath. Like the center of Seventh-day Adventism is rest. Like Sabbath day, seventh day, God rested.
But I think, okay, sorry, go ahead, finish your statement.
What I'm saying is that is that the rest that I've been taught growing up, because I've been Seventh Adventist my whole life, is just rest from. It's not even rest. It's don't do this, but do this instead.
Right. But that's not true rest.
Right. It's not true rest because you're just replacing what you're not doing with something else that's. And then as you get older, it's more tiresome, right? Like when you're younger and you're in church, you know, you get tired of being there all day.
Yeah, you do.
But you had your peoples, you had your friends. If you grew up in old church like us, I don't know, new church is different. But it was never taught like how to completely stop. And how to just breathe. And so I'm thinking like how that just rolled over into our marriage and into our lives and even into our kids, right? Like I think now we're really trying to normalize for them what does rest look like.
Yeah.
And what does it mean to rest? What does it mean to take a break? What does it mean to breathe before you jump on to the next thing?
Very true. Yeah. It's something I would have not put it in the bucket of Adventism. I just think it's just life.
Yeah.
And where it kind of feels like it's a rat race where it's so hard to slow down and to stop because you feel like once you stop that something catastrophic is going to happen.
Right.
It's almost like for me as an educator, taking rest, like calling out was something that I like doing, but I didn't like doing because I realized that when I take off, that my class has to, by the time I get back, I have to reset. And so it's like, did I really rest? Because now I have to come back and kind of like recalibrate my mind, my everything. And then the kids also, right, there has to be like, yo, I have to get back focus or control of my classroom again. So I always used to hesitate taking that vacation or taking that time to rest. But I just think in this rat race that we're in, it just seems as though you having moments to just stop and be still is like, what?
Yeah.
If I stop, if I'm still, then things won't do what it needs to do.
And you said something that really like just made my brain think because like I think the lack of rest that we find ourselves not moving into is a level of insecurity and fear and our desire to control things, which translates as I don't want to trust God to take care of what needs to be taken care of while I rest. Like when you said, I don't want to rest because I'm going to have to start over or it's not going to be the same, you know, the control or whatever it might be. So I think there's something also to the fact that like, we're just really afraid of letting go of control. Let me not say we, that sometimes it can be fear of letting go of control and even not knowing how to trust God to handle or to take care of things while we're resting.
Yeah, I never looked at it that way. I could see that for sure. Like that is like the big picture, right? Just going into the comments for a section, for a moment. Tansy says, I now know how to rest, but I struggle with the guilt. Talk about that.
Man.
Especially as, I don't know about men. I can't speak for the men, but as a woman, a Black woman, I struggle with that too, Tansy. Thank you for bringing that to light. It seems as though when I rest, when I stop, is that guilt of, you're not supposed to be resting. What are you doing? Why are you sitting there? Why are you taking that time to do that? Especially as a mom, moments to rest or moments to myself. Like, you know, I struggle with this. Like Jamie will say, go and do something nice for yourself. Go to the mall, go do this, go do that. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. But I don't feel like that is something that I should do, because I have guilt. Like, this time is not for me. This time should be for me doing other things. And so I get distracted with the other things that I forget about me. This season I've been going through, but I've been dealing with stillness. How to be still. I don't know how to be still. That thing is the hardest thing ever, because I'm just like, how do you just be still? I don't know what that is. And so I struggle with it. I'm a little bit better now, in that my stillness it has to start here first, because I can't sit still in a space, just complete silence or quiet. That thing makes me feel like uncomfortable, where it's just like my brain starts to think about, it goes on a tangent. My brain says, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. Oh, did you remember this? Oh my goodness, this person's depending on you, that person's depending on you. Oh no, right? So mentally, I can't rest. So my body can't rest the way that it needs to. So I've been struggling with rest, with that stillness, y'all. But pray for me.
Yeah, I think and shout out to Leah. Yes, that book, Rest is Resistance, is that book. I mean, it's that book. It really is that book. I haven't finished it. We were reading it as a group, but she just talks about the power of rest and of resistance against capitalism.
Mercy.
Right? Resistance against this necessary need to get, to have, and to be in control. But how do we truly rest?
You want to?
Yeah, we're just gonna stare.
We're just gonna stare. We're like,
yeah. BC, what up, boy? Even during the week, I used to feel guilty about taking naps or even showering, especially when I could hear my phone ringing. I still struggle with it. So it's also the subtle art of saying no.
It's the boundaries.
Boundaries.
It's the boundaries.
There's that B
Having
word.
the boundary to say, no, this is the time that I have set aside for myself. And in that time, I get to do whatever it is I want to do. Even if in that boundary you have answering the phone, I think it's just establishing the boundary to say, in this period of rest, I need to take a nap.
And it's also rooted within just being a Christian, and that you're supposed to help, you're supposed to be available. But like, I know I've never preached on it, and I don't think I've ever heard many sermons on it, but Jesus rested. Like there were many times when he would just like go away into the mountains and he would just rest, right? And then come back to work. So, the whole concept of understanding the idea of how do we remove the guilt from resting and normalize it, right? Like,
it's hard.
Yeah, it is hard, because like you said, the brain is always going, because you're thinking, man, if I'm resting, something's not happening.
Yeah.
And I got to come back to more work, or I got to come back to more of this.
Exactly. I think that's what it is. Like, my brain, I don't know about anybody else's brain, but my brain lives in the future. So it's almost like I can't settle down long enough to be able to be present enough to say, no, stay right here. And in that present, I'll be okay. I maybe will find the rest. But I'm literally thinking, if I stop right now, these are the things that are waiting for me. Am I willing to sit and let it wait? Or am I just like, you know what, forget this. I'm just going to go ahead and pause this and work on whatever it is I need to work on. Dorian says, for a very long time, I was more exhausted on Monday because I was just too busy working the weekend for church, Pathfinders, Sabbath School Media, etc. I felt guilty when I had to say no to ministry and cut down so I can rest on Sabbath.
Yeah. Oof. Yo, real talk, for some Adventists, Sunday is our Sabbath.
Our true Sabbath.
Our true Sabbath.
Mercy,
or
Jesus.
whatever day you're off from week. Whatever day you're off from work is like your Sabbath day.
It's kind of messed up because when I'm sure that Jesus, God, did not ordain it that way for Sabbath to feel that way. I think pre-pandemic, it was like, yo.
Yeah.
I think post-pandemic, I feel like I'm finding rest more But am I like sleeping? No. Am I being still? No, because I'm still finding stuff to do.
Right.
But it's not as busy as it was before.
My most tiring day is Friday. Because my brain, how it works.
You're in the future.
I get tired when I think about what tomorrow holds. So I'm like, oh man. And it's a tired, and I'll say this, it's not even a tired of wanting to sleep. It's a heaviness. It's a weight, right?
That sleep probably wouldn't solve.
No, that sleep won't solve.
We need to talk about like the different levels of tiredness.
Right.
And then maybe not the different levels of tiredness, but the different levels of tiredness and what won't bring relief to that tiredness.
Yeah, because sometimes for some of us, at least for me, it's like thinking about the next day and what's in store for the next day makes me tired the day before. So I'm like, oh man, and I do that a lot because you'll ask me, what's wrong with you? You look like you're out of it. You're not feeling it. And I tell you, my brain is gone because I'm already, it's Friday. I'm already in Tuesday. I'm already thinking about, okay, I got this deadline. I got this, I got that, I got this. And it can also be, the reality is just we doing too much.
That's on another note. You're right. I think we are doing too much. Like,
when is enough?
Yeah, I don't think it feels as though the goalpost is forever changing, right? It's almost like when you get to where it feels like you have set out to get to, that you thought that you would find rest, or you feel like you would have arrived, right, at this thing, right? We went to school, studied, did all the things, and then we're probably, some of us, well, that's a whole nother topic, because I was about to say, are most of us working in our dream jobs, and even then, is that enough? And then when we talk about because when we get to where we need to get to, it feels as though there's something else, right? There's something else that you want to do. There's something else that requires time and requires your energy and requires whatever. And so you're always in this constant cycle of, you're not resting.
You're on a hamster wheel. And even when you lay down, you going through reels.
Yeah.
Right? Like I when I was in New York, what I was doing was I was putting my phone on the charger, but not near the bed. Because I didn't want to be in that trap of, if I'm going to bed, I need to go to bed, not lay down with the screen in front of my face and just, you go in your bed at 11, you don't sleep until 12 because you just straight through
scrolling.
Right? So it's like, man, it's that, and it goes back to that rest is resistance, right? Like, how do you resist the temptation to want to do more or do stuff, to just say, this is my boundaries, this is where I stop, fighting against myself.
Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard. It's a challenge for me. I think the deep-rooted piece for me with rest or being still is not completely giving or surrendering my will over to God. It's like
that control.
Yeah, is that need to control. I need to do this so that I can control or try to control the outcome of this particular thing. But what I'm finding now is when my mind wants to go future, I remind myself or I'll remind myself to say, stay present. And I'll pray a prayer that sounds like, God, I ask that you please lead. I ask that you please guide and show me what it is that you want me to do in this space or in this time. Like, it's really, it's a mental thing. I think rest is more mental than it is physical. I feel like once you are resting here, then your body will naturally just fall into that rest. My rest has to come here first. I can sit down and be like, yeah, I'm sitting, but my brain is like doing who is doing literally hoops and it's all over the place.
Yeah, I think for me, I just had to learn how to just, as blunt as I could put it, was just to stop caring, and not caring in the sense of like I don't like disregard, but to stop worrying about what I can't control. People are adults; they're gonna. Adults know how to survive, right? They know you have to be willing to just let things be and be okay with it. And then when you come back, it is what it is, right? So I think there's a book that I need to buy that I always want to read, but I think I'm always like fearful of. I'm not fearful of buying it. I just don't pick it up whenever I see it. But I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it this week, and it is the book. It is entitled "The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Bleep." Have you seen that book?
Yes, I've seen that book. Like, I look at it and I be like, ooh, I feel like I need to read this.
I want to read that book. I want to know what the subtle art is of et cetera, right?
Yes.
But just like, but also to just to read it, but also to how do I, and I hate using the word selfish, but how do I be intentional enough to take care of myself?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I definitely, So back to the story. So we took a vacation after not taking one. When was the last time we took a vacation?
Yeah, it was like 2018.
Was it a vacation?
Yeah, I mean the one that we went on with the cruise. That was a vacation.
No, I'm talking about as a family.
Oh, as a family.
Because again, we travel. We usually travel with the girls, but
it was a workcation. I think Kenya was kind of like a vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have to. I just had to do the wedding, and that was it.
It was. Yeah, I would consider that. I would say that was a vacation. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I didn't have to preach. Usually a vacation.
Well, you did preach. No, you didn't preach.
No,
you didn't have to preach.
Usually a vacation is when I don't have to preach.
But it was nice to be able to take the girls, have them like completely enjoy being away. We didn't want to do anything too complicated. We just needed a beach, and we got the beach. They got the beach experience, the beautiful water, swimming with fish. That was like pretty awesome. So that was why we were away the week after Confessions. This is my Confessions episode. And I enjoyed seeing them enjoy themselves. I think it's important for us both. We think it's really important for us to model rest. Some days we get it right. Some days we suck at it. Like, it's just like, dang, like, oh, we did not do well with this, or showing them how to rest. Caitlin, the other day, Caitlin's doing a lot. She's in a lot. Amber, not so much. She isn't doing as much, but Caitlin's in theater. And so like someone said today, like, she's a theater kid. So essentially she's a theater kid. And so what happens is that she's doing a lot of things, and she has after school activities as well. And so, she came home. No, before she came home, she had like a rehearsal for upcoming, play. And she texted me and she said, "Mommy, I'm tired. Do you think it's okay if I not go to gym today?" And I was just like, you know what? We haven't been to gym for a while. We still paying the money, the monthly fees, but she said that she felt tired. And so we're trying to lead into that space a little bit more. I'm more trying. Jamie, I think, has it for the most part. He has modeled that in a really good way, where he's just like, let her stay home, or let her chill, or let them chill.
And there's a reason why for Caitlin, because Caitlin doesn't usually say that.
Right.
She is a
high functioning
competitor. And so whenever she says she's tired, I really listen to her, because I believe her. Like, because she will twist her ankle and still try to do flips and all that kind of stuff. So I just want her to be able to know that we believe her when she speaks.
Yes. And also her being able to honor her body, right? To say, hey, you are tired. It's time for you to go to rest, right?
To chill.
And so it's something that we're still learning. I'm still learning, but that's what happens. It's so funny. I was thinking like you had that amazing, like, we had such an amazing show or whatever's episode about confessions, and then we peaced out for like 3 weeks.
No, we needed to rest.
Well, we needed the rest for sure. So that was like really good. For the confessions, going back a little bit, for the confession show, thank you to all those who reached out. Not reached out. I don't want to say it like it was like bad or anything, but for those of you who let us know that you watched the show, you watched that episode, and just how some of you expressed that you felt seen, and based on what Jamie was saying.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that reached out, that resonated with the show, and just some of the things that, oftentimes you won't hear most pastors say, or you probably hear after they leave ministry. But I just felt like I just want to use the time for my therapy, and also be liberating in some way.
Yeah.
And somehow, and like to really, like, I think that episode was my way of letting our audience know what we feel behind the scenes, and then also encouraging our audience to advocate for pastors and for conferences to be intentional about allowing us to have sabbaticals, to have moments off, and to encourage us to take our vacations, because the burnout is real, the struggle is real, the tiredness is real. And like you said, it's not a tired where you want to sleep. It's a tired it's a weight that is carried upon us, and that, normalize the humanity in pastors. Like, we are people before we're pastors. So that's just what I, the purpose and the intent of these are my confessions.
Yeah. We also had someone else said, share with us how they too feel that they're not a pastor, but their job is a high functioning job that requires for them to always be on. And so they were just like, thank you so much. Not thank you, but they were definitely able to relate to some of the things you were talking about with regards to like the performance piece and all some other things. But knowing that pastoring is not just the only job where you feel that pressure. I think because of our audiences, probably majority are Christians.
Adventists.
Yeah. So it definitely allows us to open a window or open a door where a lot of parishioners, people that are sitting in the pews, don't get to hear or don't get to witness in this way, in this magnitude, some of the struggles that pastors go through.
We probably need to do a confessions episode with you.
No, you don't.
Being married to a pastor.
No, you don't.
What does the audience say? You got to give the people what they want. It gets them going. What does the audience want? Our big audience, 28 people. Would you be interested in a These Are My Confessions episode from the pastor's wife perspective, from Carlene's perspective?
Let's see. If nobody answers in 3 seconds, I'm going to say no. 1, 2, 3. Nope. That's it.
It's crickets. It's crickets. Anybody, please. Somebody. Anyone, please.
No, I think I'm good. We talked about.
Well, it's delayed. Oh, I see it. Yes, I see. Let's hear that. There we go. Oh, we got that sound effect. Here we go.
So
every time I see another yes, yes, let's hear her. I think that would be great.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that would be something that, like, I'm voting yes. Come on. I mean, maybe We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll come through with the thing. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I've hit on things. I feel like I've hit on the pastor's wife experience in an episode that we did before. Yeah, I feel like I've hit on it. I don't know what else it is that I need to talk on.
I don't know. I don't think we dedicated an episode to just that. And I think it would be nice to dedicate an episode to just your seat or your perspective of what that is for as a pastor's wife, right? You're in your seat.
Maybe. But I mean, I think I have though.
Look at that. For the young pastor's wife, they need some guidance. I vote for yes. Confessions from the pastor's wife.
I don't think a pastor's wife. I don't think younger pastors' wives need guidance per se.
Into it.
Wait a minute.
My bestie is a pastor's wife. She is blessed whenever she tells her story. Walk into it. The people has spoken. The people has spoken. What's going on?
Hi, Mia.
What's going on, Mia?
Okay. Well, we can do something. We can do something, and we'll make the room dark again, so that it's nice and
Oh, I don't know. We probably might be here.
So it can be nice and dark and look like I'm like in a dark room where the confession just flows.
I could set that up. I could put you with a black screen behind on the chair with a light where it's just feels like you're just talking.
Too much.
Thank you for that idea. I want to do that. I want to do that.
No, thank you.
I want to do that.
No, I want
to do that.
I'm actually really good.
I want to do that.
I think it should just be in this space, because then I'll feel uncomfortable. I'll feel like
nah.
I don't want all the attention.
It'll create the atmosphere.
Atmosphere for you to confess, not for me.
It'll create the atmosphere like Locked Up Abroad. Like that's what I'm thinking about.
Why in the world would I need that?
Because it gets the people going. Is
it about the people or is it about me?
It is about you.
No, it's not. If it was about people. No, if it was about me, you would say, you know what, bet we gonna do it like in this space. I don't need all that. Because if I get all that, it'll just be like, it won't feel like natural. It'll just kind of feel like it's putting on something that I don't want it to be about that. I want it to be like chill. I want it to be cool, where we're just like, where I'm just talking like I'm talking now, saying like, you know, being a pastor's wife is the most amazing experience I've ever had. Like, we are perfect. Like, we have long hair and we play the piano and sing. And some of us are teachers or nurses. And I feel more comfortable being in this space doing that.
No, this needs to be a production. It should be a production.
I'm advocating for myself.
I hear that. But I'm looking for a production.
Yo, y'all need to come get y'all pastor.
Hey.
Or come and get your boy, because he tripping.
Hey.
What would be cool is maybe if I were to have other pastors' wife on here as well. Wives.
Nah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think I can get a few pastors' wives who are willing to
I didn't see nobody else say that.
Vulnerable in this space.
Nah.
And be able to say what needs to be said without feeling like judged.
I think that would be a good episode after you do your episode. That would be a good episode after you do your episode.
Maybe. We'll see. I really feel that, I don't know. I think that, I feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to stay quiet, because if I talk, I'm going to say something that's probably just going to be forever on Facebook. So
everything we say is forever on Facebook.
It's true, but I think that that's why I want to be quiet.
Oh, you want to save it for the pastor's wife episode? I feel you. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
I don't know what else I could say.
These are your confessions.
Yeah, I don't know what else I can say with regard to that.
These are your confessions.
But
So I
yeah, I don't know, Jamie. I don't think I should say. I don't think I should be on that.
So I
we
gotta
should do
hit
that.
up with part 2 of my confessions. I'm gonna get Usher to do our intro for that episode.
Sir.
I'm gonna be like, Ursher.
You've
up,
been
fam?
in Texas way too long for you to be talking about Ursher. But honestly, I would think about it. I will pray on it and see if the Lord wants me to do that episode like that. That
All
is
right.
like specific to my journey as
All
a
right.
pastor's wife.
All right, you heard it, people. You heard it. She's gonna pray about it. She's gonna ask the Lord, and we're asking you to pray about it as well, and pray that God will move on behalf of Carly and Kalasar. That's it. I ain't asking her to be swayed to do it or not to do it. I'm just asking for the Spirit to be all in this. So as we pray, we call on you to pray as well. See, that would be dope as a part 2 of the confessions. That would be so dope. Look here, look. We just dated ourselves. We out here talking about Usher. Did the kids still listen to Usher? They probably don't even know there was a song called. Matter of fact, they probably didn't even know kids watching our show.
Facts. Facts. I'm sure that our viewers, I think on Apple, I think our viewers are from like
Yeah, like
25.
so. Yeah, they have from 25, but our largest group is the
40
40s.
year olds.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, right? Because we're 40 something years old. And honestly, I don't think I want to talk to the younger kids, right? I don't think that we're saying anything or like we're out of that, completely out of it. There's some people who can reach or who can stretch across those generations, but I'm good because I have no idea what's happening in that world.
Me either. Oh, I know. I tried listening to like their music, like rap music, new rap music, and it just sounds like yum, 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 yum. That's all I hear. I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, it's new, and I'm sure that when we were growing up, coming up, that the older people probably said the same thing. Like, I don't know what's up with that older music. I mean, that new music. We need to get back to
I don't know.
old school.
It's just like I'm so depressed.
That's true, Dorian. Dorian says they'll know Usher by the Super Bowl because I believe he's doing the Super Bowl this year, which is
okay.
interesting. But
Everybody in their 40s gonna be like, you got it back. He gonna be dancing in front of the TV.
yeah, best believe
The
it.
kids looking at us crazy. They gonna be like,
It's okay.
Yeah. But it's all good. We need to live. We need to celebrate the fact that we have made it to 40.
That's right.
That's right.
I forgot to ask you, how was your week? Was your week weaking or was it okay?
My week was weaking and it was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a little bit of both.
Okay.
It was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
How was your week?
My week was great. It was a great week. Great. Everything's great. Sound like
All
somebody
right.
I know. But yeah, it was a pretty good, solid week of just being alive.
Yeah. I think I was busy, but I'm not complaining.
That's good.
Yeah.
As you all know, we are living in the state that had its first was it
World
about to say
Series.
Super Bowl?
World
Jesus,
Series, Texas
its
Rangers.
first win. And so the city has been very excited. What's interesting is school was closed for the district that our girls are both in. Not all districts were closed, but it's just so interesting. I don't remember when the Yankees won or even when the Giants won that schools in NYC was closed.
No, 'cause
So it's just crazy how they're just like, you know what? This is the first time. This is so
Yeah.
cute. We're gonna go ahead and close schools.
yeah. So there's a topic I want to bring up, but we don't have enough time to talk about it.
Okay.
But I would love to. I would have loved if we could have talked about the Keith Lee thing.
Oh.
Like.
Well, we have a few minutes before we log off.
But I think we need more time to talk about that because I'm like hearing. So I haven't really followed it. I did read an article on CNN about it, and the article on CNN.
Wow, it made it to CNN.
Yo, it's a big story.
Wow, I did not know.
It's a pretty big deal. And from the perspective that I got from CNN was that he usually sends his family in to get the food and then they eat it in the car. So from the perspective that I read was that one restaurant thing was Candy Burgess, so how you say your name, her restaurant told them that they couldn't be seated until for an hour. When he walked in, they found a seat for him real quick. And so I think he put them on blast for that. And then there were other restaurants that he put on blast because of just the poor customer service. And, he's got videos out there talking about, yo, I don't get free food. I pay for my food and all this other stuff. But because he's such a big deal in regard to when people do his review, when he does a review,
right? People,
it can make it or break it for your restaurant. But now it seems like he's catching flack from people because if he says, seems like he's saying what his experience is and it's causing other people to come out and to be like, yeah, that is true. When I go to Candy Burgess restaurant, like the customer service is terrible. So it's just ignited other people to come out and say, to co-sign what he's saying. And then it's also igniting people to be like, yo, you foul for doing that. Black people don't get a lot of businesses. How we got another black person tearing down black business. Yeah, so it's
I don't know.
I'm split on the whole thing because I think it's kind of whack if it's true that his family went in to get the food and then they had to wait a whole hour, but when he walks in, they found a table for them to sit. I think that's whack. If that necessarily is true.
I think it's almost like pastoring.
Oh, bring it back. Okay.
I think it's like pastoring. When Jamie's preaching and I did see someone say like, let Keith, what's his name?
Keith
Lee come and think our services or something like that. Come and review our churches. When Jamie's preaching at a church and he's a guest speaker, more than likely we're not walking in together. Usually he has to walk in first because
we're late.
Dang. Tell me how you really feel. Dang.
I just had to say.
I was not expecting that, but okay.
Just had to say.
So we're late.
We're late.
Whatever. But anyway, so we're late and he's usually walking in before I do. Usually I sit in the car, probably get myself together. Now, having kids, I'm also trying to get them together because I'm walking into the church by myself with 2 kids. Or when it was just us, I would walk into the church and it would just, and I would just walk into church after because I probably put on my shoes and all the things, right? Because we did not come together, walk in together, people see me as just a person coming in to church and
single mother with 2 kids.
Probably a single mother with 2 kids, or even when I was by myself, they just saw me as just like a person just coming. So I remember vividly a number of churches that I would walk into and I would be overlooked. No one would say anything to me. It would be almost like, again, like I'm and I hate to say this, a regular member. Not until after they do their the introduction to the pastor of the speaker, they'll ask, Sister Kalisar, can you please stand? That is when they'll know that I am his wife. And let me tell you, every single time, there has not been one time that their treatment, how they treat me, has shifted. It's like a immediate shift. It's almost like, oh, that's okay. Everybody's tapping me on my shoulders. Welcome. Oh my gosh, so good to. And I used to sit there and be like, it's good to know. It's good to know, right? That customer service it only applies to when you know who I'm attached to or who I'm with. I think it goes back to this Keith Lee whole thing. I think it goes to people will treat you based on who you're connected to. You know, I think that unfortunately just like in our churches, like unfortunately people don't treat you nicely unless you are connected to, or they find that you're important in some way. And so I feel like it's the same. I understand the argument with, Black folk and restaurants. I mean, real talk. It is something that we should not be surprised. Like, we're not like, oh my gosh, I did not believe they treated him that way. I mean, honestly,
I'm gonna need Keith Lee to go to one of them West Indian restaurants.
He
can I get some jerk chicken? When I'm out of that,
he is going to be pleasantly surprised, but probably not. People probably already told him, like, this is the custom of
right
of this establishment.
But I think you said something that I think that we should visit that, and it should be using the Keith Lee situation and talking about church customer service.
Yeah.
Church.
We will.
Yeah, I think that would be a good episode and sharing our experiences. Because even when before, like how they used to act towards me.
Oh, you remember that church you went to, which we will not make mention of it, and they were like, "Who is this little boy?"
Oh yeah,
that is coming to preach. Like, the amount of stories that we have, Jamie Moore has experienced, where they saw him and they assumed that he was not, like, he wasn't like a good preacher. Let me just keep it 100. Like, they felt like you weren't going to bring a word, that they literally underestimated you every single time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that experience. I intentionally walk into churches like that too. Well, no, that time I walked in, I was like, I'm the speaker for today. And the lady was just like, who is this little boy?
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
like who
and then
says
after
that?
The service, it was totally different. I think she even apologized or something.
No, she didn't apologize.
Or something.
What West Indian, I don't want to make that generalization. But
she did something. But there have been other moments where they walk in and it's just, and then when I sit at the back, and then when they find out who I am, then it's like, But I think there are other stories too that we could share, but we have to share that in the next episode. So next week might either be, these are my confessions from a pastor's wife, or these are my confessions as a member.
It could be, these are my confessions as a pastor's wife, and I talk about the fact that, oh man.
No.
We'll let the Lord lead.
Amen. Yo, y'all, it's been real. It is 9:03. Y'all rocked with us for a whole hour.
This is good.
Yeah.
Wait, are we going to be back next week?
We should be back next week. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be back next week. And also remember, if you want to catch us again, check out the podcast on Spotify, on Apple. It should be up.
You good?
Excuse me. It should be up by tomorrow morning or by Monday. I'll edit it, get it nice, and put it out there. Please share it with your friends and family. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It won't hurt you. It won't cost you a thing. Just hit the like button. It will do a lot for us. We appreciate it. But this is Jamie.
And this is Carly. You guys have a wonderful week. We love y'all. And we love you guys. And we'll see you guys next week. Don't worry. We'll come back next week. And maybe we'll have that Confessions episode.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
3, 2, 1.